Shalom. This is Avraham Shira. Welcome to our Erev Shabbat talk before the holy days is like falling through the clouds as we sit here and, winter has come. And with that, all the changes of winter that we look inside, we turn inside, we kind of let things go in the yard a little bit and pay less attention to washing the car and more attention to, well, what's happening inside. And what's happening inside is the whole world wants peace. But it's pretty sad if for thousands of years we've sought peace and we don't have it. So either we're lying to ourselves about the desire for peace, or we don't know what peace is, so we don't know how to get it. And I prefer not the first option, that we're lying to ourselves that we really don't want peace. What we want is domination and war and wealth and greed and power and influence and all those good things, right? That there's a few people that want those things only, and then that's what they understand, and that's the curse of Cain. That's the curse of the one who wants what everybody else has. That's why that's the 10th of all 10 commandments. And the rabbis say that the 10th commandment, don't covet, is actually includes all 10. Because in all the other commandments, you could see the not coveting. Don't covet your wife. So your neighbor's wife. Don't covet, your neighbor's field. But also, how do I not covet God? Well, because he has all the power. It's easy to covet something that has all the power. But no, God says, don't covet my power. You be you, and I'll be me, and we'll be one together. And so that's kind of a take on the 10 commandments, that we have to understand that they're all included in each other. There's those aspects of each commandment, and all of them, the end result is a vessel for peace. Ein HaKadosh Baruch Hu machzik kli lebracha ela shalom. The only vessel that God has to give us blessing is peace. We need peace to get the blessing. If we don't have peace, forget about the blessing. The blessing will not enter. Now, why is that? Why can't we be blessed and still not have peace? I don't get along with you, don't get along with me, but we can both win the lottery, right? No? Isn't that the way some people think? But really, I don't think it's quite that simple. But when we understand what peace is, not like everybody chilling out, Peace is when we compromise parts of ourselves for something greater than ourselves. Peace is about compromise, my nature and your nature. Everybody has different nature. And it's very hard to compromise our nature for somebody else's nature. Now, there are 4 main elements in this world: air, earth, water, and fire. And those 4 elements are active in our bodies. But everybody has one that they lean towards. There are people that are fire-rooted people. There are people that are into water. There are people that are much connected to the idea of air. And there are people, of course, who are very earth-bound people. And we have all 4, but always one of those powers is prominent in our personalities. Now, on the throne of glory, those 4 powers are reflected in the 4 images on the throne. The image of the ox, right? The animal that works the earth, the image of the eagle, the animal that rules the sky. Then we have the lion that rules the forest, and then we have man. Well, I think man, his main job is to rule himself, but the Bible says that he's supposed to also rule over the birds of the heavens and the fishes of the sea. But those 4 elements are represented in us. Okay, so what's the point is that if we want to get peace, we have to find out what we're made of and what I need to compromise with in order to get along with somebody else. So like if I know I'm a fiery person, I'm emotional, I get excited fast, I'm passionate. Okay, that's great. But I have to know that element of fire doesn't get along too well with water. Because one is going to put out the other, one way or the other. Either fire turns water to steam, or water puts out fire. So if I'm a fire person, I got to pay attention when I'm with a water person. Because water people are quiet, they're still, they're silent, just like water, most of the time. Now, when you throw air into the equation, of course, water becomes very, very volatile. But air people love to talk, and they're very much rooted in information and spirituality. And then the earth people are very much connected to groundedness and practical applications of wisdom, and are very interested in stabilization of things. Okay, so each of us has these qualities, and each has one power that we need to know is our power. That's where kind of my soul is rooted. And then I can step into a relationship and know how to make peace. Because if I have power, I have to sacrifice. Let's say, like I gave the example, if I'm a fire person, which it seems to be from the definitions I've read and what my friends tell me, my wife as well, of course, then I have to look at that fire element and say, I got to turn down the flame a little bit for other people. And if you're a water person, maybe I need to speak up, or I need to make, the desire of my desire expressed properly to other people, because water is always connected with desire. And so on and so forth, we begin the process of making peace. And why are we making peace? Because God cannot bless us unless we have peace. That's peace with myself. If I don't have peace with myself, what good is a blessing? Right? And if you don't have personal peace, how can you have a house full of children? How can you handle a lot of money? How can you handle responsibilities elsewhere if you're not a person who has personal peace? And that's true throughout our lives. And so, Shabbat, God gave us as a gift, because Shabbat, he says, you know what? I'm going to bless you with peace. And on Shabbat, and this we find in the last verse of the standing prayer, we say 3 times a day, Hashem mevarech et amo b'shalom. God will bless his people in peace. Now, normally you would say the grammar should read, God will bless his people with peace. But rather he says in peace, and we can understand that we have to be in peace to receive the blessing, and God also has to be in peace. Now, what does that mean? God has to be in peace. How can I control God? I can't control God. No, that's not true. Our relationship to God impacts God. In which way? Rabbi Nachman teaches, when we do his will, he becomes the receiver of our efforts. Normally, God is the giver and we're the receiver. But when we do his will, we reverse the equation. We change the paradigm of the relationship. Suddenly, I do good things and you all do good things, and then you actually cause peace in heaven. See, because God is this infinite power that enters the vessel the way the vessel is made. If you're at peace, then God, his blessing becomes greater peace inside you. And if you have love and you're at peace, then your love becomes greater. And so the blessing is the expansion of the quality. It doesn't define the quality. The divinity, the power of the infinite, does not define the vessel. We are the vessels. And God bless us in peace also when he's at peace. And when he's at peace, it's because he's glad he made us. Because the angels themselves said, don't create man, he's going to sin. And God says, no, it's okay, I'm going to do it anyways, because it's worth it for me to have the relationship, a true relationship with a few of the billions of people that have been on this planet. In order to create the entire world, I'm willing to take that chance. And so when we do good things, we make peace in heaven. And then when there's peace in heaven, God can send his blessing back down to us when we have peace. So you see, there's this symbiotic relationship of the energy that's flowing from heaven to earth and from earth to heaven. And Kabbalah spends a lot of time dealing with these power shifts in the human body and in the cosmic structure, because our structure is the cosmic structure. We're just a little microscopic version of it. And this is part of the hologram, which I've written about in one of my books, hopefully will be published before the end of time. It's called the Universal Hologram. And in that, we understand the symbiotic relationship between the infinite and the finite, and how we are made in his image, and what that really, really means. And on Shabbat, God gives us that blessing of peace. He takes away the forces that want to attack our peace. And he says, no, I'm not going to let you all week long. You see, there's always things that are getting in the way of being in peace. On Shabbat, we say, no, we're going to turn off the media. We're going to turn off the machines. We're going to turn off everything that can get in my way of a one-on-one relationship with the Creator and the vessel that I want to create to receive that blessing. And the blessing, of course, is personal peace. Peace with who I am, peace with who I've been, peace, well, hopefully I've chosen a good model to become in the future, because we need all three. We have to be honest about the past, present in now, and we also have to have a vision of the future of the person that we want to become. And Bishvil Zeh, as they say in Hebrew, Yesh lecha rav, aseh lecha rav. It's written twice in the Ethics of Our Fathers. Make for you a rabbi. But it can be interpreted, make yourself into a rabbi. How? By learning from the other people who came before us, the greater people that paid the price to receive this awesome tradition of the Torah and the Kabbalah and a relationship with the Creator. So Shabbat is the time, and it's also the place wherever you are. At any one time, you make that your Shabbat, at your level. And let's say you're not Jewish. Okay, so you don't have the same command for Shabbat. But that doesn't mean you can't take the day off. That means you can't close all the machines and have a festive meal with your family and sing to Hashem and make blessings. So it's really a time for all of us to check in, not check out of the world. We're checking into the real world, into the world of the Creator Himself. He gave us this gift in order that we learn how to be at peace. So we'll see you all this week again on all the platforms in our daily class on Rabbi Nachman and Patreon. We're going through the master work slowly but surely, paragraph by paragraph, because that's the way you get it, going slow and going deep. And so we should all be blessed with that inner peace, and that creates outer peace, and then the world is going to become what it was always meant to be, a Gan Eden down here. All the best. Shabbat Shalom.